Now today we are going to see virtual instrumentation, which is a course of BEIE under Hispania University, Unit 1. So on your screen, we have the content of virtual instrumentation of Unit 1. Before starting this course, I would actually like to show you a video on virtual instrumentation. Let's see whether this works or not. This is actually a 5 minutes video. Maybe in our college, this YouTube video won't play. Okay, then no problem. I will continue. The introduction to virtual instrumentation. As I told you, the first thing I am going to give you is introduction to virtual instrumentation. Before virtual instrumentation, let us recap what is instrument. An instrument is a device designed to collect data from environment and to display. Yes, any more thing instrument can do, but the broader aspect of instrument is it is meant to collect data from environment, and its next purpose is to display. Instrumentation is different, instrument is different. Please understand the difference between these two. Instrumentation is nothing but our entire course, which covers measurement, signal processing, control, as well as display. Instrument is actually a part of instrumentation, right? So it is actually, it's like similar to a transducer whose job is to collect data, convert it to another readable form, and then display. So what is virtual instrument? As I already told you, it is actually the implementation of instrument on different platforms. So the platform here is nothing but a computer. So it is an instrument which composed of some specialized subunits, some general purpose computer, some software, and a little know-how. Or in other words, we can define virtual instrument as it is an instrument whose general function and capabilities are determined in software. Unlike our physical instrument, what happens is general functions and capabilities are determined actually in hardware, right? All hardwares are take care of functionalities and capabilities. But in case of virtual instrumentation, most of the capabilities and most of the functions are implemented in software. Hope it is clear to all. The next, I am going to demonstrate the second topic of this unit, the history of instrumentation. The history of instrumentation. The concept of virtual instrumentation was born, okay, because our main topic of discussion is virtual instrumentation, so we need to first to put this particular note. The concept of virtual instrumentation was born in the 70s, okay, when uh, microprocessor based machine functions was easily implemented with the help of software. Okay, so this thing we need to keep in mind, because most of the time the question based on virtual instrumentation come or the history of virtual instrumentation come. So in that case, we need to highlight more about virtual instrumentation. It was first born in 70 when people started using microprocessor in order to provide some sort of functions in software. That software is sitting in microprocessor. Anyhow, these are the four phases of instrumentation. First phase is analog measurement. Second phase is devices, data acquisition and processing devices phase. Third phase is digital processing based on general purpose computing platform. And the last phase is distributed virtual instrumentation. In brief, I will give you information about this. Then in detail, we will see by clicking on each hyperlinks. The first one, analog measurement devices space. All these things I have taken from the reference book I have shared you last yesterday. Okay, you can see in detail things. Analog measurement devices space. In this space, there were all physical instruments available with the help of which we can perform a measurement. Example is all the measurements experiment done in our transducer lab, right? So all these things belongs to this space, analog measurement devices space. The second one, data acquisition and processing devices space. In this particular phase, the concept of control system and the concept of data acquisition and processing started. But still, no microprocessor is used, no software is used in our instrumentation. But in second phase, the concept of control system has come into industry for for instrumentation. Then the next phase, this phase is actually belongs to 1970 period. So in this particular phase, we started using computer to implement some functionality of instrument. So the first one, the first recognized one is LabVIEW. LabVIEW launches 1.0 version in maybe I think in 1970 for doing instrumentation on digital domain. So this is called as digital processing based on general purpose computing platform. The next one is distributed virtual instrumentation. This distributed virtual instrumentation actually is possible because of the networking available. We all know that network connect different nodes. So if suppose each node is instrument, so with the help of network we can connect different types of instrument and that becomes distributed virtual instrumentation. Now I'm going to the detail of this space, analog measurement devices space. So this is analog measurement device. Hope you are understanding. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, analog measurement devices space. As I told you, in this particular phase, we have exclusive dedicated physical system in which there is no rule of software to perform any implementation part of instrument. Example is oscilloscope. Example is EEG recording system. So it's represented by early pure analog measurement devices such as these or that listed here on this screen. They were completely closed dedicated system. They required manual setting. As I already told you, no concept of software is there in this particular phase of instrumentation. So the next phase is data acquisition and processing devices phase. As I already told you, in this particular phase, the concept of control is introduced. But remember, there is no involvement of computer still, there is no involvement of software still. But the revolution happened in this phase of instrumentation is people started using control component. Can you give an example of control component? Conventional control component? Relay. It is there on display, right? What is relay? It is a component with the help of which we can perform control operation. What control operation we can perform with the help of relay? On, off. See on your screen. On your screen, we have a circuit. This particular circuit is performing controlling operation of two bulbs. These two bulbs can be controlled from this switch, right? This particular switch is supposed energized. Then what happens? These two bulbs gets on, and if this is okay, this is on. Yeah. If button is pressed, the yellow one is on. If button is not pressed, the white one is on. So it is a simple circuit diagram. It shows or demonstrate demonstrate the relay component or the controlling component of controlling component of instrumentation. Still remember, this is not done with the help of computer or software. This particular example of instrumentation is making use of controller, but this controller is again implemented with the help of software. This is proportional control, this is integral control, this is derivative control. The error is the input fed to this controller It calculates how much control action need to send to the process. Okay, but this is again implemented with the help of hardware. So what we need to keep in mind is the date of this phase is 1950. It's this concept of instrumentation is started in 1950 because of demand from industry. So for that, the components used are relay, rate detector, integrator, the ID controller. Okay. The advantage is it allows greater flexibility of test procedures and automation of some phases of measuring process. Then the next phase of instrumentation is virtual instrumentation phase. This is actually called as VI phase. We can also call it to be digital processing based on general purpose computing platform. So in this particular phase or from this particular phase onwards, the concept of use of software or computer started. This is happen or the one who is responsible for this is the economical availability of microprocessor. But before actually going into the adaptation of computer or software in our instrumentation, we first use the testing of instrument without writing some functionality of instrument right in the computer. So the first thing which started in this phase is testing of instrument. The testing of instrument can be done with the help of GP. Actually, this was started in 1960 by Hewlett and Packard, and that was originally called as HPIB. Later, it was called as GPIB. So, but this GPIB is still in use. The purpose of this GPIB is to test the physical instruments, their working, their functionality. We can get the repair information about, like you see on your screen, we have power meter, we have some function generator kind of thing. Okay, this is actually the demonstration of testing of power meter. So in order to test this power meter, like energy meter, we are providing the stimulation from these two sources: external source, external source. This two external source is actually feeding to this power meter. So the response actually we are getting back in our computer with the help of this GPIB bus. Right? The detail about this GPIB bus interfacing we will see in Unit 4. So what we need to remember in this particular topic is what exactly done in this phase of instrumentation. Yeah, as I told you, in this phase, virtual instrumentation was started. I'm sorry, I told you in 1907 it was started by LabVIEW. LabVIEW actually launched their product of LabVIEW 1.0 in 1986 on PC. So this is actually a block diagram of virtual instrument. What is the meaning of virtual instrument? It is comprising of a computer. It is comprising of a I/O card. This I/O card can be available inside the CPU or it can be available outside. So I/O devices can be connected to this I/O card. What is I/O devices? Our sensors or actuators. So computer performs processing operation, that is measurement, signal processing, and computer do display. And also after performing controlling operation, the signal is sent back to the output device via again this I/O card. So in Unit 4 in detail we will see, Unit 3 in detail we will see this data acquisition system. So but now these figures demonstrate where exactly the data acquisition system is available in our virtual instrument. As I told you, in order to have a picture in your mind, I told you right side interfacing, left side interfacing. But your computer cannot have two CPUs. There is only one CPU, and there will be only one card. So which combine both reading data acquisition hardware and writing data acquisition hardware, all available in this I/O card. So now you introduce graphical user interface. This already I told you in computerized is user interface and visual programming into computerized instrumentation. As a result of this, the prices of instrumentation started declining. So the main advantage or the main motivation towards virtual instrumentation is the instrumentation implementation become economical because of virtual instrumentation concept. The reason is, see, when we can do physical instrument for every like computer temperature measurement, one setup is needed. Pressure measurement, one setup is needed. Level measurement, one setup is needed. But if we have this type of facility, we need to just change the program. If suppose we want to interface for temperature measurement, we write a different program. If we want to perform level measurement, we write different program. What needed is we need to just replace the software for different measurement can perform. You may ask me a question, sir, how about the interfacing hardware? Interfacing hardware remains the same. You do whatever interfacing you like. Only the thing that get changed is the type of sensor. Which is going to connect to the interfacing hardware. If you want to measure level, if you want to perform level measurement, connect level sensor to this IO interface hardware. If you want to measure pressure, to connect pressure sensor to this hardware. Only physical sensor need to change in order to perform instrumentation operation, which is not very difficult. That's the reason we can say that virtual instrumentation implementation is economical compared to physical instrumentation. Hope this is clear. Can we move to next slide? Answer from your side.
Yes, sir.
Now I am moving to distributed virtual instrumentation. See, we have seen that physical instrumentation can be optimized or can be improved. After going or implementing virtual instrumentation, also people started thinking, how can we do still better? Because we have the facility to connect different smart systems. How can we connect different smart systems together? Any answer from your side? How can we connect different smart systems together? Hello, students. No answer? See this screen and tell. Screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How can we connect different smart systems together?
With the help of network, sir.
Yeah, with the help of internet in particular. Which network? Internet, right? You see on
Yes.
this screen. On this screen, I had taken a picture from internet. This particular screen is showing that microcontroller unit based system 1, system 2. Only two smart systems examples are shown here, are connected together. There are other things which are also connected to internet, like a big server, mainframe computer. Okay, obviously for having interface to computer, we need to use a web browser, web server, in fact, the cloud servers, or the databases like Oracle or something like that. All together can be connected, which helps in the implementation called as distributed virtual instrumentation. The best example I would like to give you for the need of distributed virtual instrumentation. अब इधर देखो, let us suppose that we want to acquire data from different parts of world of COVID-19 cases. Not only COVID-19 cases, suppose we want to know the structure of COVID-19 virus from different types of worlds. Suppose MCU1 is giving COVID-19 virus structure from Brazil, and MCU2 is giving COVID-19 structure virus from India. So what we can do is, see, in this unit, all data cannot be available. Data is available in our database like Oracle. Okay, all data related to the different COVID-19 structures of Brazil. Uh, uh, Patients are available in Oracle database with the name COVID-19 cases, protein structure or virus structure of different patients, right? So this data, suppose, is using by this mainframe computer in order to calculate how should be the shape of T cells, which is going to kill or nullify or block this COVID-19 vaccine. Suppose this mainframe computer is implementing COVID-19 vaccine. This particular computer wants the information from these two different places, right? That's the reason distributed virtual instrumentation is need of. Hope this is clear to everybody. Shall I repeat this example once more?
Yes, sir. Please repeat.
हाँ, इधर देखो बाबा, समझ जाओ, अपने को ब्राजील के अलग अलग लोगों के पास से कोविड-19 वैक्सीन का स्ट्रक्चर एक्वायर करने का है। समझ गए बात?
Yes, sir.
जब तक आप स्ट्रक्चर नहीं मालूम करेंगे, आप वैक्सीन नहीं बना सकते। What is actually vaccine doing? Vaccine is making some T cells in our body. That T cell actually try to block the virus or eliminate the virus structure or do whatever it like. So हम ये समझेंगे, we are not medical student, हमको ये मालूम हुआ कि भाई please provide a mechanism of acquiring data from these two different places which are available at two different places of this globe, okay, and then get this information into this mainframe computer. अब ये mainframe computer समझ जाइए, वायरस वैक्सीन का स्ट्रक्चर बना रहा है, वायरस वैक्सीन बना रहा है, इसको ये डेटा प्रोवाइड। अब ये कितना, एक आदमी का डेटा नहीं है, billions of peoples, okay, all citizens who has actually affected of coronavirus data need to acquire from this place. और यहाँ से पूरे इंडिया के जितने भी सारे इफेक्टेड है वो पूरा का डेटा, यहाँ से ये स्ट्रक्चर, यहाँ से ये स्ट्रक्चर पूरा उठा के ये मेन फ्रेम पे डालेगा। That main frame calculate the final the coronavirus vaccine, which is actually providing a mechanism of making whatever it may be. मैं कुछ गलत भी हो रहा हूँ, please excuse me, but समझ जाइए यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं। What we are doing is we are actually doing some sort of operation which needs some sort of instrumentation which need data to acquire from these two different places. For that type of application, distributed virtual instrumentation is needed. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So क्या समझ जाके distributed virtual instrumentation is possible because of availability of network, in particular internet. So this is all about history of instrumentation. एक बार फिर से देख लेंगे history of instrumentation. So this slide brief about history of instrumentation. There are actually four phases of instrumentation. One is analog measurement devices phase. Second one, data acquisition and processing phase. Third one, digital processing based on general purpose computing platform. And fourth one, distributed virtual instrumentation. So in analog measurement devices phase, full dedicated manual setting based analog instruments are used. And in data acquisition and processing devices phase, again the same thing is used, but the new addition in this phase of instrumentation is the use of control components. Example of control components are relay, generator, PID controller. Then the first phase started using computer into instrumentation, which is called as virtual instrumentation. अब कोई पूछा आपको in one word give definition of virtual instrumentation बोलते तो क्या बोला? The use of computer instrumentation. One of you please repeat what is virtual instrumentation? One of you please repeat what is virtual instrumentation? The use of computer in instrumentation. The use of computer in instrumentation is called as virtual instrumentation. Can you repeat this once?
The use of instrument in
Computer in instrumentation.
computer and instruments is called virtual instrumentation.
Yeah, the use of computer in instrumentation is called as virtual instrumentation, right? So the first famous one of virtual instrumentation provider, service provider is LabVIEW. It was introduced in 1986 with LabVIEW 1.0 version. Then the last one is instrumentation with from different distributed virtual instrumentation. This distributed virtual instrumentation is possible because of what? Availability of what? Networks, right? Now I am moving to how much time left? I think time is up. We will stop for today of today's session.